can we take our seats so that we can get a response from ESCOM? Please try to get the other stakeholders that are outside so that we can resume the hearing.
Part of the challenge needs to be cost reflective. So your transmission and distribution costs reflect those operational costs and be billed to customers appropriately on that. Those are not energy costs, and at the moment covered. So those are there. We have shown presentation the significant increase on the workload and the requirements to service the networks. So that will really be addressed with appropriate tariff structures as such.
Chair, that's a question from a member of the public about the impact. We have not done an analysis on the impact on the particular size of firms. We have just looked at it at a macro level.
at the current renewable energy market, large-scale solar. Large-scale solar can be purchased around about between 80 cents to 1 rand a kilowatt hour. Now we know that is only in the daytime, and it's only for a certain period of hours that we can generate solar. That R2.50 to R3.50 per kilowatt hour, stuff like battery storage and so on becomes a real possibility. So in other words, if a tariff line, then it becomes worthwhile for them installing larger solar and putting batteries. 5 rand, a customer can then start putting in generators and so on for the rest. So at a certain point, what I'm trying to say is that ESCOM or the municipalities can